guys, it's Hope. We are here to do a chit chat, kind of get ready with me. I asked you guys on Instagram for a couple products what you would like to see. So I asked about a foundation and also eyeshadow. So I'm going to get ready with those products, but there were also a couple other ones that I just wanted to use and play around with. And I figured it would just be a good time to just kind of chat, catch up. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot. I don't know if I have a whole lot to talk about, but I just felt like chatting with you guys because it's been a little bit, and I did post kind of like that life update video, but that was a very like down type of video, and I'd like to kind of share with you maybe a little bit more of a happy video, a little bit more of an upbeat. So without further ado, let's just get started. First of all, I know we need to stop apologizing for different things about, like, I'm sorry if you can hear this, I'm sorry if you can hear that. But if you do hear a humming noise in the background, it's you're hearing the washing machine and dryer and also our furnace kicking in and out. So I'm not going to apologize for it because it's just life. But sometimes when I'm editing, I can hear it and it kind of drives me nuts. I don't know if you guys notice this, but also one thing I've noticed, maybe I'll just start putting makeup on my face while I talk. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base, which I haven't used in so long, but I'm going to use something to dig it out so it doesn't get in my nails. I don't like this packaging. I said that funny. One thing I've noticed with filming and videos and just being like, you know, a YouTuber, when you film and edit and stuff, if you are a channel that you do film and edit your own videos, you basically relive the same moment of your life like at least 3 times. For sure twice, at least 3 times. Because you film it, then you go back and you edit through once, and then I go through and I like add effects and I rewatch it again to make sure like it's all good to go, and it's actually just by the time that I've watched it like 3 or 4 times through, I notice every little nitpicky thing and I really get sick of it. So that's the only reason why I point out those sounds, because like you can hear right above me. My beauty room is in the basement actually of my house, and so actually this room has no windows. You would know that if you've watched my declutter and just like organize and just tour of this room, but there's like a bathroom connected to it, but it's a really small room. So the design of this, we didn't build this house, we bought it. I say we, my father. Nice, like you don't have to deal with natural light, but also at the same time, like that's the one thing I like about filming in my college dorm room is I do have natural light. This is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer, you guys. I love this. I'm squeezing it out. I just used the L'Oreal one around my nose and T-zone. I'm gonna use this Essence one on the outer parts. So anyway, filming like in a room like this, this room is like above me is the laundry room actually upstairs, and like our mud room, like garage, when you walk in from the garage, it's like a literal like laundry / mud room type thing. And so like every time somebody comes and goes, or like they're doing laundry upstairs right now, so you can just hear them walking around. So like, and I know it doesn't really bug a lot of people or whatever. Maybe you notice and maybe you don't. I'm not apologizing, I'm just saying. It does drive me nuts. Why are we on this tangent? I don't know. I don't even know. My brain is already like losing it here. It's 11:30 in the morning, and I got up and I worked out and I prepped for videos and watched a Criminal Minds. I'm actually in such a good mood because I just discovered that Criminal Minds is on Hulu. I got excited because I've seen all 12 seasons on Netflix, but Netflix is going to be taking it off soon supposedly, and also they don't have the last 3 seasons. They have season 15 on Hulu, so I want to record the other ones once they like, if they start airing the other ones, you know. But I started watching season 15, which is episodes I haven't seen, and it's just like, I love that show so much. So I asked you guys what foundation you would like to see, and a lot of you said the Covergirl and Olay Advanced Radiance. This one's a little harder to find. It's not at all Targets, because I know the Target near my house, like my parents' house, they have it. But the Target, well, they did have it, and now they're this is the time of year that Target and a lot of stores just kind of like reconfigure their beauty stuff. They had it in store there, but like the Target by my college didn't. So I think the best place to find this is online. I will link it below. I know you can get it on Amazon. Walmart, I believe, has it. I think that's where I found the link last time. It's probably best just to buy it online. I did want to try this with a brush first, and actually I was curious. So I have this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, never used, so I kind of want to use this today. But I also wanted to try using the e.l.f. Stipple Brush. I used this for the Honest Beauty Everything Cream Foundation that I just picked up at Target the other day, and thought that this did a great job of like blending it out, but I've never used this for like an actual foundation. So I'm kind of curious. I think I'm gonna use this brush first, then go in with this, and then go in with my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge on top of that. Is that too much? I think that's a lot. I don't really care. I'm gonna try it because I'm just curious. Like, what? How is that gonna work? Because I know Tati uses a stippling brush. This is a small one. I wanted to buy a bigger one because this is just their small stipple brush. I wanted to buy a bigger one at Target, but when I was there yesterday, they're reconfiguring everything with the makeup like I had said. So e.l.f. was just like all mixed up, and I wanted to buy an e.l.f. one because I like e.l.f. brushes. Anyway, I have the shade 105 Ivory in this product. It's a little dark for me, as you can tell, but I end up making it work. This thing really isn't technically like a foundation either. Maybe I'll just use this to spread because I don't know how well this is gonna work actually blending out. The point of this isn't even technically like a foundation. The point of this product is it's supposed to be like a SPF type product that you can reapply. I wouldn't necessarily do that, like reapply necessarily. For like a summer day, applying it and then using I'm gonna go with the foundation brush. Then using like an SPF underneath and then using it on top because it has SPF like only 10, but maybe like layering it, it would be a good summer foundation. I could just see it because it's a lightweight. Usually when I go like on the lake and everything, because you know I'm from Minnesota, so like our summers are spent on the lake. It's still like a great product that I could use even when I'm not like on the lake, but just out with friends or not planning to like swim or anything, but I still want to have a little makeup on. And trust me, you should know, I'm terrible with applying SPF. Like, I am the typical teenager. I'm not really the typical teenager that will go and lay out in the sun without putting sunscreen on, but like on my face, I don't apply SPF every day, which I know it's bad. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. I'll get better at it. Yeah, I am the typical teenager that does that. So not because I think it's cool, just because I just don't do it. Which is no excuse. So as you can tell, it does apply like a nice thin layer. My brain is so scattered today. I don't know why. Like, I did just drink a cup of coffee, but that should have nothing to do with it because I drink coffee every single day. So that did look good. I kind of wish that I could use this stipple brush more. It just doesn't work very well because it's so small. I mean, I do like this brush. I just think it's really small compared to like the Morphe one that I have. This one's also a flat top, but just like the Morphe one or the CHIT Cosmetics brush that I have at school, I just think that it just works so much better because it's so much quicker. I'm also going to I'm just gonna put on, not that I really think I need another layer, but just like not a full pump of this, and apply it with my sponge because I want to have that sponge like finish. I'm gonna pull in, this is what Allie Glines does all the time. She always goes in with a brush and then she applies a sponge. I did do that video that's like, I tried other YouTubers' makeup techniques. It was a while ago. I'll link it down below. That was like really fun. And I bet if I could find like more YouTubers or more techniques from other YouTubers, it'd be fun to do. Because like this was one that she recommended. And like I know like this isn't like a mind-blowing like idea that nobody's ever done before, because some people came at me in the comments and were like, a lot of YouTubers do that. I know, but like when I think of that technique, I think of her, so it just made sense to me. I don't know, I'm getting heated. I just think that this just looks a lot better with a sponge on top, but as you can tell, it's just a nice natural evening. It's not super full coverage. It's covering, but it's not crazy. It's supposed to be like a radiant, I mean it does give a radiant finish. It's not by no means dewy. I think it's just a little more naturally radiant. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I think it's funny when I used to use this and I thought this was kind of a drying concealer, and then I used the e.l.f. one, the e.l.f. hydrating one. Yeah, that's drying compared to this one. I never use this much concealer. I don't know why I just put that much on my face. I left this one at home, so I pulled this out the other day when I was getting ready, and I was like, I really like this. I also like how the packaging clicks. I have the shade C 2.5, which is a little light, but... Oh, I wanted to use a new brush, not a new brush. I wanted to try this brush. It's a little bit fluffier, and I think I've used it for powder before. This is a Morphe brush that came in a set, and I want to see if I can blend my concealer with this. Anyway, I kind of got excited to reach for that because I hadn't had any new concealer brushes or concealers to play around with in a while, so it's always fun to come home and try and grab different products to bring back to school. because I don't bring all of my makeup to school. I just think it's just not necessary and I don't have that much space. Oh my gosh, I've never used this brush to blend out, but it's like nice and fluffy. That like blends it so quick. I mean, this is a little bit more of a mattifying concealer, so I think that it would be best to just use a sponge. But maybe just to like, even with my Revlon Candid, I might like it. Huh. I know a lot of people do use like really fluffy. I've seen people use brushes like fluffy like this to blend out their foundation, which I've never thought of doing. My normal to dry skin just cannot deal with matte. Especially like, even I've just been so picky with like products on my skin because I'm not gonna wear something that doesn't look good, you know? I'm just not, we're out of that phase. We're out of the phase of wearing products that don't look good on our skin. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. liquid highlighter or illuminator, I don't know exactly what it's called. All these products will be linked down below. It's pretty. This was again another product that I had at home that I wanted to use again. I'm just gonna apply it with my sponge. Actually, maybe I'll use, I just have this sponge from TJ Maxx that I never use and I kind of want to pull it out. It's hard. It's not anything soft. Just go over it. This e.l.f. face sponge I really like. It does such a good job of blending out and it's so soft and just really nice on the skin. So how have you guys been? I haven't just chatted with you besides like that update video. And I always love chatting, so like let me know down in the comments how you've been. I do like this e.l.f. illuminator. It does look like, it does have like shimmer in it, that's the only thing, but yeah. Anyway, how have you guys been? I love chatting with you down in the comments. It's my favorite thing. It has been a little bit hard lately just because I feel like it's been like a time where my channel's been just kind of done for the last year. I mean, I hit 4,000 subscribers, which is incredible, but it's also like my views aren't always super high, or like it's just kind of been a slow, barely increase, then down, then back. That's just how like smaller channels are, a lot of channels anyway. So it's been a little bit defeating because I do want my channel to grow, obviously, and I do like being smaller. And I'm not saying that I want to have 1 million subscribers right now. I do want to have, you know, like, I still want to grow. Like, this is kind of like, this isn't a business, but this is definitely something that, you know, you want to grow, obviously. So it's been hard, and I've been on YouTube for a long time, and it just hasn't been going very far. I'm going to use this J.Beauty Cosmetics Lipgloss in the shade Morena. The only thing, first of all, this is more like a lip cream. Second of all, it smells like chemicals. It's pretty, but it smells like chemicals. And the packaging is gorgeous. I just wish it didn't smell like this. But I also have been on the hunt to try and find like new YouTubers to watch, but more, even just smaller channels. Like, I don't really want to watch people with millions of subscribers. I already watch, ooh, I don't know if I like that color. I gotta add something on top of this. I just don't know if I don't want that. I want smaller channels. I like to support smaller channels. I have a few that I love, but I think I might do an updated like favorite smaller channels or favorite channels video, although I haven't been watching as many new, or not necessarily even many new people that like a lot of people don't know about, or they're not really new faces on YouTube. They're just newer people that I've been watching. Like, for example, J.Beauty Christie. I've always like seen her videos, but I never like really got into it or subscribed, and now she's like my favorite person to just chill and watch at night. I don't know why at night. That's just when I lay down and watch YouTube. I really like her a lot. She's just so funny. She's got a dry sense of humor. She's so relatable. She knows what she's talking about, but she's also different because she does different fun looks on her channel. And I just love that. I am moving so slow. Okay, Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder, the original Mineral Veil powder. I'm gonna use this today just to set my face just very lightly. I used this the other day and I really liked it. First, I want to go in and set my under eyes with this. Honestly, I don't really need to set this concealer, but I always do lightly. I'm not a big powder heap person. If you guys know that if you watch my channel. I do think I like setting my face a little bit just so I have like no tackiness, but nothing, I don't need a lot. I just do like a little light dusting all over my face. For bronzer slash contour, I did want to use this e.l.f. duo in St. Lucia. This is not their like cream duo. This is just their like powder. And I do really like the tone of this bronzer, and this blush is really pretty. It's really muted. So I'll probably add a little bit on top. I don't really need a lot of bronzer just because this product is a little bit too, the foundation's a little too dark for me anyway. But yeah, so besides that life update that I did, life has been pretty good otherwise. I'm home on a break right now because I'm done with my J term or interim. So now I'm about to move on to my second semester, which is crazy and exciting, and I'm ready to move on because now, like, I went back before a lot of people for J term, but now everybody's already started their second semester and they're already like 2-3 weeks in. So now I'm like, I wanna start. So I have this big fluffy powder brush. So it is nice, we do have a little bit of a break in between that I get to come home and film. And then I'm gonna take this blush and just kind of build it. It is a little bit shimmery, and I like it because it's not super pigmented. I mean, it is, but it's like a lighter pigment that I can build it up. And it just looks like a nice natural color. I'm also not a huge blush person, as many of you guys know. I've gotten more into it, especially like within the last year, but I also don't like the huge doll looking face. I can see a little bit, but not like, I don't need anything crazy. That declutter video that I uploaded with Hallie a few weeks ago has been getting a little more attention than I thought, probably because it's a declutter, but that's so fun. I love bringing my friends on my channel. I'm gonna take a little bit of my LA Girl Just Blushing Blush and Just Playful. And I do love to bring my friends on my channel. Sometimes they don't get as many views because, you know, it's just a lot of times it's just like a playful, stupid, fun video. But if I do have like a purpose, like going through her collection, like that's fun. And you guys seem to like that, which I'm glad. What highlighter should I use today? Should I use a little bit of my Flower Beauty? We'll pull out my Flower Beauty and we'll just dip into all three. Look at how pigmented that is. I don't want a lot, just a little. This room is probably just an inch layer of dust and powder from all the fallout that I just kind of blow off the brushes. Never really thought about mixing all these. Ooh, fresh looking dewy skin. I like it a lot. My camera overheated, so we took a mid-break, filled up my coffee, because, you know, gotta have coffee. Watched the beginning of another Criminal Minds episode, which, holy crap, that's intense. And I filled in my brows. So I filled in with the Covergirl. On here it says ultra fine brow pencil, but online it says micro fine brow pencil. It's the same thing. Maggie, you wanna come up here? You wanna come here? Wanna say hi to the camera? Don't. Good girl. Look, who is it? Is that Maggie? Aw, you guys haven't seen Maggie in a while. Look at you, say hi to the viewers. Oh, I know, look at all the bright lights. Did you miss Hopi at college? No, you probably don't think about it. I have the shade Soft Blonde in this, and it's great. There's just something, I cleaned up my brows the other day, like I was like trimming them, and because they were getting long, and I forgot my little tweezer, not my little tiny scissors to trim brows. Anyway, I forgot that at home, but I've trimmed them and I cleaned them up, and oh my gosh, there's just something about freshly clean brows. I just am so satisfied. I've also really been into the Essence Make Me Brow. Not that I really think it holds them that much, but it's just, it like distributes the product a little bit better. I have a lighter shade, so it fills in a little bit lighter, and it just looks good. Now for eyeshadow, I asked you guys on Instagram what you want to see, and you guys, you really want to see me use the e.l.f. Bite Size Shadows, which if you watched my drugstore makeup haul, I'll link it down below. I told you that I did pick up 3 of the Bite Size Shadows. I believe they have 8, and I picked up 3 of them. Cream and Sugar, which is this warm tone. I have Rose Water, which is the more purpley, and then I also have Truffles. So I have done an all eye look with this one, which was the e.l.f. concealer comparison video. I'll link that down below. I did use this one. I have brought this one, traveled with this one, which is great. The only issue I have is they have 4 shadows, but they don't have a lot of transition shades. So that's why I bought this one as well. While I do love this shadow, I love cool tone silvery shadows, it had a lot more mattes and transition shades. So I think I'll just use a mixture of maybe all 3. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Lid Lockup Eyeshadow Primer. You guys, this is like running low. I would like to buy a new one. I kind of might buy when Target restocks here soon. The e.l.f. I believe didn't e.l.f. come out with like a pot cream eyeshadow primer, kind of like the matte painterly paint pots. I know Makeup Revolution has ones too, but I do like this CoverGirl one because it's nice and tacky. Coffee break. Okay, I'm going to take from the Cream and Sugar the transition shade to just set that concealer. It's a little bit dark, but it's fine. For my skin tone, I'll make it work. I think I'm just going to use these 2 today. I'm going to go into the Truffles one and use the first Warm Tone Transition Matte shade. It is a little bit dark, and they are powdery. I don't know if you can tell, but they are a little bit powdery, but that's okay. I'm okay with fallout. A lot of eyeshadows have fallout. I forgot my tripod at school, my little one. Well, I didn't forget it. I was like, I don't need it. Well, I did, because I forgot that I set it on my desk. So we are doing old school YouTube. I will insert a picture right now what it looks like having it all stacked. Anyway, so we're just gonna start fluffing it in the crease. I'm gonna start in the outer and just kind of slowly bring it in. My eyelashes have been falling out like crazy after using, I don't know if I'm just rough with my eyes or what, but after using that lash serum from Babe Lash, you know, my lashes got so long. Now they're so small over here. I don't know what the deal is. If you guys have any idea what the deal is with that, let me know. Notice with these matte shades, they blend fine, but a bunch of it's not hard to find drugstore products that blend good these days. They do tend to have a more, I don't know if you can see that, a definite line that doesn't always want to blend very well. They are $3, so they're not $3 for 4 shades. I mean, they're small, but like they're not like that small compared to my face, you know. I don't know. They're perfect travel size. I just think when you get darker, they are hard, a little harder to blend. I have not tried any eyeshadow formulas from e.l.f. in a long time, so I can't compare them to the bigger palettes. Those bigger palettes, just the color stories just haven't really interested me. That's why I haven't bought them. I got it to blend pretty nicely, and that would be a great like one shadow look. I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush that doesn't really have much on it. The only thing would be just a little leftover product from last time, but this is normally the brush that I use just to kind of fluff the edges. This is from BH Cosmetics, the number 140 brush. I got the BH Cosmetics brushes in a set, so I don't know if you can find these. I might even just take a little bit of that transition or the first cream matte shade just to fluff, make sure everything is blended. You've got to be kidding me. The Cream and Sugar and the Truffles one, they both have this dark brown. I think the cream of right here, they look pretty similar. I suppose I haven't even really swatched compared. So this one's Cream of Sugar, this one's the Truffles one. They're literally the same shade. So you are getting a couple repeats. Go in with a more tapered kind of brush. This is the Morphe M433. The original transition brush was the Morphe M441. And I'm gonna just kind of lightly tap it on one side of the brush, tap off the excess, and just kind of put it in the outer part of my eye. I have been intrigued by the people who bring it from their lower, or from like their lash line and out. I think LA Glines does that, I'm not exactly sure. This is a kind of a big brush for that, but I do kind of like it because it creates that shape, and I've been really intrigued by like the lining a little bit more with shadows. So maybe I'll do a little more precise brush for that eventually. This is very pigmented product, as you can tell. I mean, I just use kind of that for both sides. And then bring it slightly in the crease, not too much. And then kind of bring it to my lash line a little bit. I'm gonna go back into that transition crease brush. And I didn't add any new product, and I'm just kind of blending at the moment. With my eyeshadow looks, I just blend. Like literally for 20 minutes, I'm just blending. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of that transition shade that I was using. It doesn't even matter the shadows that I'm using. I'm always just blending. These ones I have noticed though, you do have to work with them a little bit. I'm gonna go back into the original like fluffy brush that I used just to really make sure everything is blended, especially the edges, just because I don't want any harsh lines. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the smaller YouTubers, which I know that was like, for me, probably like a half an hour ago that I was talking about that, but for you, maybe like 5-10 minutes ago. I would love to know what smaller channels that you've been loving lately. I know I already said that, but I just like really want to reemphasize that because I just want to find new people to watch. And I will do an updated video of what people I'm watching, but I also would like to find some more channels before I do that because I haven't found like a whole lot of people that I've been really like into compared to like, I'm not always trying to find new channels, or I am, but I'm never finding anybody that I'm like super like watching all their videos. There's some people, and there's some that I haven't talked about because I haven't done one of those videos in a while. But I do like to share the love even if my channel's smaller. Now I'm gonna go into the cream and sugar because I want to do more shimmer on my lid. Normally I'm not into like this golden shade as much, but I've been wearing this one a lot, and not a lot, but I wore this one and then I traveled with it and I was like, I love this. And when I do travel with just one of these, if I try to make a lighter crease shade, I just mix the transition with this, which I think is a great thing that you can do. And that creates a nice like transition-y type shade for if you don't have like a lighter transition shade in a palette. There's like no fallout on my face right now. I have been tapping my brush off, which I always do. Every time I use a shadow, I normally just tap my brush off. But if you're making sure you're doing that, I think you'd be fine with the fallout. Like there's not really much. Fallout doesn't bug me that much either. But I'm just gonna take my finger on this shade and just apply it to kind of like the center of my eye. I am gonna bring the other one in. I want to keep that darker on the outer part. I do like to bring my shimmer far on my lid, and I will blend the other outer crease shade. But then I'm gonna go in with that other shade, shimmer in the palette, and bring that in the inner. This shimmer compared to every other one is so pigmented and metallic. They all are, but this one especially. I don't know what the deal is with this one compared to the other ones. My battery's dying, so if it dies, I'm just gonna be going back and forth right now. I'm gonna go in with the brush from my outer crease, or like the outer half of my eye, that I'm not picking up any more product and just making sure it's all blended. I'm not super picky with how I do things. Transition brush, crease brush, no new product. And that's that. That was simple. That was so easy. And then I'm gonna just take this one just to make sure we're all blended here with a little bit of my light cream. I'm going to take a liner brush with the darker part on this, the darkest shade in the cream and sugar palette. Bring it kind of in on my lash line. I'm not big into eyeliner, but I have liked kind of like the smoky look on my lash line lately, so I'm just gonna do that. I know I look a lot different than when you last saw me. So, my battery died, so I just continued like I had said. I did apply mascara. I applied the NYX On The Rise Volume Lift Mascara. I really like this mascara. Like I said, that eyelash serum worked great. Now my eyelashes are like literally falling out. I don't know what the deal is. They're still long, but like over here, I'm like losing them. So I just took kind of like my crease brush here and I just blended it under my under eye, not really adding more product. Applied this. I am going to set my skin, or just kind of add a little moisture back into it with the Garnier Skin Active Soothing Facial Mist. It is a pretty intense spray, so I'm going to spray it up and let it fall. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll just add a little bit more of this e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Nude Kiss. That's what I used a little bit earlier. Let me know down in the comments, what new products have you been loving to play around with? Is there any products you'd like me to share and try out in some future videos? And yeah, as always, these products will be linked down below. So if you're curious, definitely go check them out. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'd love to have you stick around. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.